Hello, and welcome to another episode of the podcast, which is actually quite random because I wasn't expecting to record today. I was waiting until when Richard is free, and we were talking on PS4, and he was just like, hey, you want to record the podcast now? And I was like, sure. So
Free today, bitch.
Yeah, so it's been quite eventful for Resident Evil lately, and obviously today with people who know the news that came out with Revelations 2. But let's go back to the last time we recorded a podcast, which I think it was Memorial Day weekend, so it was like in May. It was May 26th. All right, so this is the 14th episode of the podcast. So welcome back. It's just me and Richard this time, and now Resident Evil has pretty much been quiet for almost a year because, ever since Revelations came out last May, nothing really has been going on. No news has been coming out. We didn't get anything at E3. And that's why we never did an E3 update, because the last time we did the show, we were like, oh, yeah, we did a 4-hour show last time. We were like, oh, if E3 does something with Capcom, we'll live stream it, we'll do this. Well, Capcom,
that was like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, and the thing is, the last episode was before E3 as well. And we're just like, that was the last episode we did. And we were like, yeah, we're going to do it. But Capcom never did anything at E3. We were like, what the fuck? The only thing they announced was Dead Rising, 3... on PC, which, that wasn't the big announcement. So, it turns out, the whole rumored with Claire being the whole main character and whatnot is going to be, we weren't going to find it out till a couple months later. But the first thing that me and Richard have both made videos on was the Resident Evil Remake news, which we thought would never happen ever.
There's probably tons of examples of us in our older videos just saying, yeah, that's not coming out.
Yeah,
that's impossible.
This generation's done. There's no way they're going to release
that's
it
so
on Xbox Live.
Unrealistic. They would never do that.
Exactly, yeah.
And here they are doing it.
Exactly. And the thing is with what Capcom's doing is that they're listening to the fans. This is them listening to the fans. And I don't know if people really grasp this, but they finally listened to fans. And when I saw this news, I had to do a double take. I was like, wait, seriously? There's a video on YouTube. They're talking about it. Oh my god, it's happening,
When I first heard about it, I checked my Facebook, and a friend of mine tagged me in a photo that basically said the news. This was right after I woke up, so I was still groggy. I was like, what? Resident Evil getting remade. What the hell does that mean? And I'm like, do they mean the series is getting remade? What? And that kind of woke me up a little bit, and I kind of researched it, and I'm like, so when he said Resident Evil getting remade, did he mean the entire franchise, or did he mean a game called Resident Evil? And then I started finding out, oh, they're talking about remake. It's not actually called remake, but it's officially called Resident Evil, just Resident Evil. And I was like, holy shit, they're actually porting this? They're remastering this game? What?
The thing we thought would never happen, we talked about this shit since, I think we talked about in, the first episode. We're they're like, do you think they'll ever remake RE2? And we're like, well, they would have to bring over the remake to next gen, and that's literally impossible. We would just, debunk it, because it's Capcom wouldn't do that, would they? Would they actually listen? They haven't been listening. And then all of a sudden they're just like, well, guess what, fuckers? This shit's coming out early next year. On PS4 as well.
They made a video about it on their channel. It was
official.
It's not a rumor.
Release
screenshots.
Two
guys talking on camera.
Mm-hmm.
This game's coming out early 2015. Today they released a trailer.
I saw that. Yep.
It looks crisp. It looks beautiful. The game already looks fucking beautiful as it is.
And the fact that we're getting it on PS... And I know it's just digital, but... which sucks for us collectors. But, like I said, with DuckTales, that was digital, and it did very well.
Well, even if it doesn't become physical, it's still awesome that we're getting it.
It's still awesome, and I'll import it probably, to be honest.
And on PS4, no less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's another thing that made it awesome is because, like, hey, they're giving it to all fans of people that might be not getting a new console right away, and, you know, they can get it, and we can play it, and it has trophy support and achievement support for everybody.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. And the fact that we're able to... They're going... The reason why I think this is very positive, and that's why I've been dying to do a podcast episode, is because I really wanted to talk about it, is, you know... This is, you know, I really hope that this means that they are trying to see what really got the series, you know, booming. You know, what really made those fans happy. So they even said in the trailer with the, you know, the subtitle, they were speaking Japanese, but there were subtitles, and they were saying, like, we really wanted to focus on a game that really changed the series, and, like, you know, that's a fan favorite. Even though they know it sold shit when it came out, over the years, more people bought it. And they actually saw that people loved it. They weren't just like, oh, like, it's not like Call of Duty sales. Like, we're not going to fucking remake that. Or, you know, port that and, like, you know, bring the remake to another, you know, another audience that hasn't played it or people that are going to revisit it and get it again because I think it's completely worth the money, you know? And this is them, I think this could be them experimenting to see what fans still like for the next Resident Evil game. You know?
Well, a lot of people are saying that if this does well, then they're probably going to look at getting a Resident Evil 2 remake done, and even a Resident Evil 3 remake
as well. Yeah.
So I hope this does do very well.
Yeah, we have to support it as fans. You know,
it shouldn't be more than $20 because RE4 and Code Veronica HD, those games are $20 each. So a game that's, you know, kind of older than RE4. A little younger than Code Veronica, it should be in that price range. And that's not out of the question. You know, that's not like too big a price. It's like, that's fair. That sounds like a fair price to me. It's like you pick up your $20 PSN card, you come home, you put that code in, and you download that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have your game forever, you know?
Yeah, and you know, the thing is like, you know, us fans, we have to support it. You know, Capcom is looking to us. So everybody out there who beforehand, you know, people always been like, oh, like Capcom's not going to listen to fans. Like, they're finally listening to fans. So it's up to you as a fan to support Capcom with them releasing the remake port to
if you're on 360, like whether you're on 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, buy this game.
Yeah.
If you have any interest in Resident Evil whatsoever, or you want to get into the series, this would be a great place to start.
Yeah, exactly, and I love that because they also have the new controls for people that might not like tank controls. You know,
that's going to make the game harder.
It's going to make the game harder
because you know, the whole reason we have tank controls is so that it can play well with the camera angles.
Yeah.
If you have normal controls, you're going to keep getting turned around because of the camera angles. Like, you're going to, like say you're going down a hallway, and it's like, okay, like, forward to go down the hallway. Once that camera angle changes, the game is going to register forward as, like, you know, the other way. So you're going to, like, instantly turn around or something because you're, like, constantly going forward. It's like, you got to learn the tank controls, and they're not hard. They're not hard. They're easy. They're fun. You know.
Yeah, and like, you know, they put it in there so people wouldn't complain. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have had people being like, oh, like, what the fuck? You know, it's just like they just put it in so people can shut the fuck up. And I'm not going to be switching them back because I'm old school. You know, just like you as well. So it's like, you know, I'm not going to be changing it. I'm not going to tamper with it. I'm just going to play it like I used to. And I'm very excited about this. There's not one negative thing I can see coming from this, other than the fact that people just don't support it. When the people that don't support it are the ones saying, oh, why can't Capcom do this? Then Capcom turns around and they say, hey, we're doing this for your fans, and then you don't support it, then that's your fault if Capcom ends up making an Action RE7, because you need to show support. You need to give them feedback. If they're throwing it at the winds and it doesn't sell well, maybe we won't get a physical copy. You know, maybe we won't get that support, and that would be sad. That's the only negative thing I can see coming from this. And
the only negative thing that I can see coming from it is the fucking bullshit that spews out of people's fucking mouths.
That too.
Fuck people, man. Fuck them all. If you go to any video relating to this game,
there's a problem. Yeah.
There's a problem. It's, oh man, they're remaking the game again. Or, oh man, this doesn't look like a remake. Oh
It's
man,
just like there's a difference between a remake and
a port.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand the difference between remastered, taking a game that already exists, touching it up a bit, making it fucking crisp, nice HD, 1080p, 60 frames per second. There's a difference between that and actually revamping the game from the ground up.
Yeah, and yeah, because when Tomb Raider came out, I didn't call that when the remaster or the definitive edition came out for the current gen consoles, when it came from 360 to PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One. That was a remake, right, Richard? I mean, that wasn't a port. You
had the same people complaining about that too. You had them going, "Oh man, I already have Tomb Raider on fucking 360. Why do I need to get it on PS4?"
It's like, first of all, nobody's pointing a gun to your head saying you have to get it. Second of all, you probably don't even own those consoles. And third off, it's for people who didn't play it yet. Just like Last of Us. That was released for PlayStation 4. It was for people who didn't play it.
Naughty Dog are a bunch of con artists because, like, they're releasing The Last of Us Fraud Edition. Oh my god. It's like, then you look at someone like me, alright? Yeah. I never played The Last of Us before.
Yep. And you did your video on it.
I was a 360 gamer primarily. Yeah, I did a fucking 34-minute review on it. That's how much I love the game. I have a PS3 as well. Love the PS3. I was mainly 360 guy.
But you were never able to get The Last of Us, pretty much.
I never got around to buying The Last of Us. So when I got my PS4 and I found out, oh shit, this game that everyone says is like the best game ever is coming out for PS4, like I was like, oh, I gotta get on that shit.
Yeah.
Because I never played it before. Of course, you got these fucking ungrateful assholes saying, oh man, I already have this game for PS3. Why are they releasing it again?
It's like, then it's not for you, asshole. It's
really,
not for you.
If you already have The Last of Us for PS3, don't fucking buy it again. Unless you're like that much of a fan, in which case you do want to buy it again, go for it. Fucking go for it. If you're a fan, and you're a fan of something and you want to support it, buy it again if you want. Look at us.
We're doing that with this remake. We're buying it again.
We do that with Resident Evil as a whole.
Yeah.
I have like fucking 5 ports of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Just because I love the series. It's like, but if you're going to sit there and complain, oh man, Last of Us Fraud Edition, I hate Naughty Dog for doing... Who the hell's forcing you to buy this?
Yeah, exactly.
No one's forcing you.
And the same thing goes with Remake, It's like, you don't have to buy it again if you don't want to, but, like, the thing is...
These are people that are, like, really jealous.
Yeah, these are people that are jealous, yeah.
They don't have
a valid reason.
Console.
And they don't have a valid reason to either, like... Because if you legitimately had, like, if you had a PS4... Like, let's say Richard had a PS4, and he's just like, yeah, first of all, not that he would, because Remake's one of his favorite games ever made, but let's say...
Remake is my favorite game.
It is your favorite game. And then it's like, you would just be like, I don't know, I don't really feel like getting it. I just don't, like, I don't know, I just don't have the money or whatever. It's like, right now, I don't feel like putting out that money. I might wait for the physical, whatever. It's like, okay, that's a valid reason to not get it, like, right out of the gate. But if you're going to hate it because you think it's not a real remake, it's like, the game was remade, like, 14 years ago. Or 13 years ago, you know what I mean? It's like, they already did that process. They're polishing it and giving it to us, for us fans who love the game, want to play it again. You don't have to, because let's face it, it looks like shit on a HD TV if you play GameCube. It looks like shit. If you play RE4 Remake or Zero, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It looks like shit. Those games were meant to be played on an HD TV. If you play it on a tube TV, it looks fine. If you play it on an HD TV, like when I played Remake on my Jill Let's Play and my Chris Let's Play, it looked like shit, but I put up with it. Obviously, when I recorded it, it doesn't look like I see it on the TV because, it's not from the TV. It's from the feed from the video source. So you don't see what I see. When you see it on HDTV, it looks terrible.
Yeah, like, because the GameCube was never designed
it was never designed for
widescreen.
Even Archives looks bad. It looks really bad on Wii. That people are complaining it still looks bad. Okay. Now here comes this version where it's like we finally don't have to take out our GameCubes and hook it up to play it anymore. We could just play it in its full glory. And for people who have not played it yet, or maybe they can't afford it, because apparently, according to some reports on like forums and stuff, the price of the GameCube version is going up because of this. Apparently it's becoming...
Oh, shit.
It's apparently going up. So that's a little collection tip for anybody out there. And, you know, people will not be able to get this like we have it already. Or, you know, people might not want to go get a GameCube. So this is a good thing that Capcom's doing. And that's the main point I want to get across.
The only reason that I can probably take seriously from people who are against this is, oh man, I hate it when developers remake games because it's giving a bad impression, you know, because if this does well, then everyone else is going to start doing remakes, and we're not going to get any new games. It's like, okay, well,
Resident Evil's in a crisis right now. It needs something to bring it back, you know? It really does.
But it's like you got people like saying that, oh, these remakes are just bad for the gaming communities because if developers look at a remake that does well,
then
they're going
to
try.
They can do it themselves.
Yeah, then they think it's the same thing with the fucking the Ground Zeroes.
Yep, Metal Gear.
Ground Zeroes. It's like,
it's
someone
glorified demos and everybody's going to do it. It's like,
oh, yeah, it's like fucking no, Kojima. They're not going to. He's getting all that money off that Ground Zeroes to meet a certain standard. All right, Bungie team,
let's do it.
Destiny 2 will make it 2 hours long. Like, you really think they're going to do that? You fucking idiots. It's like, you really think fucking, oh, what's another game that people want remade, for example?
They want, like, Final Fantasy VII to be remade. That's a popular one.
You really think fucking Square Enix is going to be like, oh man, fucking, Halo Anniversary has been selling very well. Well, that's actually a pretty decent remake, because they revamped the graphics. What's another example?
Well, they're releasing the Master Chief Collection right now.
Yeah, they're doing
that.
Yeah.
And, like, again, they're not forcing you to fucking buy it again. If you already have... You know,
it's like, all right, just Tomb Raider, for example. It's like, oh man, Tomb Raider, fucking, that sold pretty well, actually.
Very well. Yeah.
All right, Square Enix, let's not make any more Final Fantasy games. Let's just do Final Fantasy VII Remake, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and that would actually be a pretty good remake, because that would be an entirely different game. They're not going to re-release a PS1 game with like crisp HD graphics. Yeah. Like they're going to have to rebuild.
Yeah, they
Final
didn't do that
Fantasy
with Resident
VII.
Evil. You know,
so not the best example, but you guys see where I'm coming from. It's like developers need to meet a certain standard, and if Ground Zero sells well, it doesn't mean that developers are going to start giving us 2-hour games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that debunks that whole argument right there, because it's true. It's like you didn't see it happen, and we're getting Phantom Pain anyway, so shut the fuck up. But yeah, so the thing that I was really concerned about is, like, at the end of the day, you know, the companies are either going to listen to you or they're not. And like I said, Resident Evil's been not in a dire crisis, but it really needs to get that, like, it really needs to get that pull back to where it could just be like, hey, look, guys, this is a game that everybody can enjoy. Like I said, me and Richard like 6, I like 6. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing ever made. It's not ruining the series. Just like it's in a crisis to where it has a very big division within fans and opinions. And I think them doing this, along with Revelations 2, which we'll talk about in a little bit here, I think this is a really good move. And I think people should just stop complaining. The people that are complaining, good. Don't buy the game. Don't get it.
I don't understand why people... Like, I don't understand why these people are like... Oh man, Capcom needs to go back to survival horror. And then they fucking release Remake, like the best game in the series, and they're like,
that is the most survival horror, yeah.
I don't want to buy this game, like I can play this on GameCube, like.
It's like then you're not supporting, you're not even like, it's like that's a stupid reason. It's like you have to.
I got someone who commented on my Remake remastered news. Same guy who commented on your video, too.
Oh, God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's like, Capcom is fucking stupid and lazy, and they're lazy for not putting it on disc. And then he was complaining about how, like, he can play the game on his GameCube, and that he didn't need to... That he was like, I'm not gonna buy this. And it's like...
Good, don't buy it.
You're complaining about them remastering the game, but you're also complaining about them not putting it on a disc. It doesn't make sense. So if they put it on a disc,
You would buy it. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like,
but
would you bought it?
it's still the same thing. It's just if you're a collector, it's a little bit of a gripe, but that's okay because we're getting it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would love to have the physical case, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not buying it because it's not on disc. But this fucker is still complaining that they're doing it.
He's saying I wouldn't buy it anyway. And why is it on disc? It's like, then why does it
like,
matter?
Why does it matter if it's on disc or not if you're not going to buy it anyways? And then I was like, I replied to it. I was like, then don't buy it. And he's like, I have this game on GameCube. I don't need to buy it. Blah blah blah. And then he goes to your video. And says the same thing.
Oh my god, this is like copy and paste. That's all it is. The thing that pisses me off is just like, you know, if you're gonna like just play it on GameCube, then don't go on YouTube videos or forums and complain. It doesn't apply to you, so don't complain. Just keep your mouth shut and play your fucking GameCube copy for the rest of your life. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody's against that. But don't try to like take away from other people's opinions. Like, oh, if you actually give Capcom your money because of this, and you don't just keep playing it on GameCube, like you're a faggot. Like that's literally like quoting comments there. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
you know what? This, as of for like just for fun segment, I'm gonna go to one of these videos. And I'm going to read you guys some comments.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right. When you're editing this podcast, it would be hilarious if you just added in, like, fucking game show music.
I probably will. All right, ready? Cue the game show music now.
All right, guys. Hold on while the page loads.
And welcome to the wacky comments of Resident Evil Remake port coming out earlier this next year.
Welcome to shitty Resident Evil fan comments.
The classic segment.
The first comment comes from a user named Kronos Geshoku. His comment has 107 thumbs up. 107.
Ooh, we might have a winner here.
There is little to no damn difference on this fucking remake. I have the PS1 version and the GameCube version. Now that was a drastic change, but this, not at all. This is fucking bullshit.
But it's not supposed to be a drastic change. It's a port. Like, it's supposed to have improved graphics, that's about it. Alright, continue.
GP Hataki says, put the targeting system of RE4 and we have a deal.
Oh
or else,
my fucking god.
Or else you can just take the door. Take the door.
If they did that, people will go nuts because they're tampering with the game. They even said they're not trying to tamper with the game themselves. God damn.
I don't know, Nutton says, what's the point of this? They should have made a complete remake of the game, like over-the-shoulder third-person view, and make the game from scratch so it feels like it was made today. What's the point of playing the same with slightly better textures and models? If they updated it and made it using the engine from Resident Evil 6, then it would have been worth it.
Oh my god. You realize if they did that, people will complain of why then they just poured over a remake. You know they would have complained about that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, moving on.
Ambient Monkeys says, a quick cash grab move by Capcom. Nothing new.
They're not trying to, get their fans back and, get them in the groove of new, stuff they could be doing in 7 with survival horror. No, they're not trying to do that at all, because especially with Revelation 2 on the horizon, that can't be true. But okay.
Exactly.
So.
John Reed says, it's bullshit. It's just a port. Nothing different.
Nothing different. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Brian the Log says, stupid. They should have remade RE2 and RE3. Why the original so much? Also...
Why the original so much? What the fuck?
Also, what's with the parasites? I hate the new crap they put out. Just for action, fuck that. Leave shit the way it should be. Creepy and downright hair-raising.
Why the original so much?
Why the original so much? And he put like 4 O's in that so.
They don't understand that like this could be technically starting a little like remake thing where they could eventually do that, but that didn't cross his mind at all. Even so, would you rather just keep getting remakes or like actual? I mean, like remakes would be cool, but like they don't need to remake 2 and 3.
Awesome recapitulation says, even if this was running in-engine, it looks like turd. Capcom fails again.
No, they don't. You didn't fucking play it for yourself. Like, what the hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this on the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
These are... Devin Baton says, honestly, I thought the graphics would be enhanced to next gen. This is dumb. Looks like Silent Hill will be the superior game. The graphics for that game are fucking nuts.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I can...
This is great, ladies and gentlemen.
Akash Pundir says, change the gameplay style like RE6.
I like this comment by Isaac Hernandez. Just get an emulator. It's better and cheaper. Oh yeah. Because, you know, the Dolphin emulator has a lot of bugs in it too. Even though it looks awesome, but yeah, just get an emulator. Because everybody has a PC that can run emulators, right? Like, of that extent? No.
Well, it's cheaper to spend like $600 on a PC to play it. God.
I mean, yeah. I mean, graphics cards are like $500 alone. Like, Jesus Christ.
Alex Mason says, they could have at least changed the gameplay. Straight face.
I like this comment, though. This is actually a good comment. Why is everyone bitching? This is what we've been asking for years, and that's true. So, you got all these assholes complaining. I like this comment. I think you already did that. Did you do Akasha Pundir?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was pretty funny.
Wesley Quattrone says, I don't see any difference.
This is a trailer for the GameCube version. That's what one of the comments says. Artemis Interi. This is the trailer for the game. No, it's not. What are you, fucking stupid? What the fuck? But this one. Hold on real quick. I'll let you continue. Renato Renzo Fernandez Baca says, what the fuck? They just replaced textures. The animations still look like from 96. What?
96?
What?
I don't think they had motion capture back in 96.
The animation still... Are you kidding me? They redid it.
Remake has nothing to do with the 96 game.
No, not especially with friggin' textures and animation. Yeah.
How does a game that comes out in 2002 relate to something from 96?
God. I like this comment, though, by Hunk Umbrella. Go play COD, you 13-year-old crybabies. This is what real survival horror is all about, baby.
Ian Jassain Basit says, looks like the GameCube remake. Haha. But it's great, because they returned the old-school gameplay. Sad thing, though, no PC version, so this sucks.
Yeah, it's coming for PC. It's coming out for Steam. It is. They announced it for Steam. What, did he not fucking read? Did he not read at the end of the trailer?
And then there's a reply to that comment saying, it's on Steam, man, and then he gave him a link. So he didn't really pay attention. I like this comment. This comment section would be much more positive if people actually knew the difference between a remake and an HD remaster.
Go. There you go. I mean, that's it. Hands down. And, like, that guy, like, he didn't even watch the end of the trailer where it actually lists all the consoles just like it does in Revelations trailer. That's the Revelations 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Like, nobody sees things anymore. They just always have to look at things, like, at these, like, you know, bite-sized information things.
Baboska says, lol. No fucking difference at all. If they wanted to release this game again, then they should have worked on it so it can be next-gen graphics.
You know how long that would take and how much money that would cost them when they're trying to make a new game like Revelations 2 at the same time and give us an RE7 that they're probably working on right now, but they're not telling us? Nobody considers any of this. Nobody. They just look at it for what it is and they call it quits. They're like, well, that's it. I quit. I'm not giving them my money. Dude, it's like...
Spyro the Dragon 9972 says,
oh god.
Why does Capcom always make these cheap ports? If you actually remade the game, then I'd buy it enthusiastically. But you literally ported the GameCube.
Is there any replies to that comment?
There are 2 replies. The first one is, because it sold poorly on the GameCube, and there's nothing wrong with HD ports of classic games that actually deserve it.
Thank you.
Games that got released in the past few years getting remasters are what you should be mad at. And then
exactly.
I don't really agree with that because I love Tomb Raider on
and
PS4 and and then the second reply is almost every remastered old gen game only have 720p and constant frame rate.
I like this one though by Gabberman 9000 Films. Resident Evil has like the stupidest fan base ever, along with The Last of Us and Call of Duty fans. I am mean. They don't like the brilliant story and character writing on Resident Evil and call it cheesy and over the top, which it totally isn't. And still, they are hating on the movies just because they don't follow the game plot. What? The plot they don't like. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
He talked about the games, Last of Us, Call of Duty, then he talked about the movies, then he said how it's a plot that they don't like.
And he said that the Resident Evil games are not cheesy?
That doesn't make any sense. I think we have a winner here. I think we have a winner of the dumbest fucking comment on this page. I think we have a winner. Gabberman 9000 Films, you are the winner. You win.
Let me... Gabberman?
He's like literally like right under Spyro.
Okay, hold on. Fucking...
Gabberman 9000 and Space Films. So like Gabberman 9000, no space in films. Capital G. No capital in man.
G-A-B?
G-A-B-B-E-R man 9000 Space Films.
When I try to look for his comment, like in Control F, like it doesn't come up.
That's weird.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, like I just loaded another page and it's still not coming up.
You want me to copy and paste it in the Skype? Let's do that.
Sure. Yeah, I want to read this.
I'm going to read this while the music is still playing because it needs to be playing. There you go. That's literally as is. That like you would think it's like a 3-year-old typing that.
Resident Evil has like the stupidest fan base ever, along with The Last of Us and Call of Duty. I am mean. They don't like... They don't like the brilliant story and character writing on Resident Evil, and call it cheesy and over the top, which it totally isn't, and still they are hating on the movies.
So he's hating it and then sticking up for it at the same time?
No. He's saying... people that are fans of The Last of Us and Call of Duty, because those are definitely in the same fucking genre, he's saying that those people are hating on Resident Evil's story.
I've never seen a Last of Us fan hate Resident Evil story.
Calling it cheesy and over the top. This is what I said in my Last of Us review. I said Resident Evil is a fucking B-movie story. Okay? You can't fucking deny that. The characters are fucking... They're very likable. They're not that complex. And it's very cheesy at times.
But it's a great series.
Don't deny that. It's a great series. It's my favorite series. But this guy is saying that people of The Last of Us, which had some of the best writing in any video game ever, people who are fans of that game are going to know how good that game is. Of course it's going to be better than Resident Evil. Because it just is. Like, in terms of writing, it's
Yeah.
better. And this guy is complaining that fans of The Last of Us are stupid because they're saying that the Resident Evil storyline is cheesy and over. But it is cheesy and over the top. That's what makes it great.
Yeah, it's not like it's bad. But
It's not like it's...
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. He doesn't... And then he brings up the movies.
Out
It's
of
like,
nowhere, which is so
out of
irrelevant.
nowhere. I'm not hating on Resident Evil, guys. I'm just saying it's kind of the truth. It's like, if you take Resident Evil seriously... I take Resident Evil seriously, but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, zombies, mad scientists, underground laboratories, monsters. Like, that's not something to take seriously. That's like B-movie stuff.
Now, the thing is that this comment is probably one of the best, because his name's Carlito Jones. He says, man, this is for GameCube. Lying assholes. Why would they show you GameCube footage? You can see it improved. What the fuck? Alright. We're before I jump out a window, we have to stop these comments. Alright, stop the music. Okay. That's better. Alright, so there's our little segment of comments. I hope you guys enjoyed. So that's what we're talking about. Okay? That's a prime example of what we're talking about. Of what we're trying to show you guys. That we just don't understand why people hate it for no reason. And and it might be repetitive that we always bring this shit up, but the thing is that it's relative because this news is relative. You know, if people are reacting negative, like in a negative fashion towards a certain, you know, piece of news that we're talking about, it's necessary for us to bring it up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like everybody's like this, but there are people like this that do exist.
It reminds me of the guy that said that we complain too much.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's like, no, we don't. Shut up.
And the thing is like, you know, I think that at the end of the day, people have to respect, you know, what we want to actually talk about. And they do for the most part. But the thing is that this is awesome news to wrap up the remake discussion, because we got a bunch more we got to talk about. But this, I can't wait for this. And I know you feel the same way towards that. I can't wait. And I really want to do a review on it, too, when it comes out. Like, not the actual game itself, because I've already done that, but I really want to review, like, my opinions on the port and, like, how it actually feels.
Comparison video.
Like a comparison video, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait. I feel like this next year is going to be a nice, cool revamping of the series where it's like, all right, guys, we're going to give you guys shit again, and we're going to try to go back... You know, try to go back to what a lot of people like, and we're going to listen to the fans and stuff. And that makes me segue into... And that's coming out early 2015, if any of you guys are wondering. It's coming out late this year in Japan for the last-gen consoles, 360 and PS3. So, yeah, that... And then early next year for all the current gen and an American release. It's just as early 2015. And... Revelations 2 was also coming out early 2015, which will make me segue into the next topic that we're talking about, which was the information that I got about a week and a half ago. I uploaded a video, or 2 weeks ago, talking about a leaked screenshot of Biohazard Revelations 2, and it looked like it took place in like a jail cell or like asylum of some sort. And I talked about it. I wanted to see what you guys thought, and it's most likely this is the game that we're supposed to get at E3. And that is true, because according to a lot of people, what a lot of people are picking up in the trailer, it's going to most likely have Claire in it. Now, today it was just announced officially on Capcom's YouTube. They uploaded a video. IGN had an article, and it is officially happening. I think they're going to show some more news at the Tokyo Game Show, which I think it might be this week or next week. I know it's sometime in September. I might be wrong. So one of you guys correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, so it's official, and it's coming out early 2015, and it squashed my theories, because apparently it is coming out for every console. Not Wii U, but it's coming out for every console. So we're safe. We can play it on PS4 for me and Richard anyway. But everyone else,
nobody gives a shit about Wii U.
Nobody cares about Wii U.
Wait, can Wii U play Wii games?
I think so.
Well, there you go. Play Remake on your Wii U.
Play the non-HD still SD 480 version. So play that.
Go play Archives on your Wii U.
Yeah, right. But in all seriousness, you know, Revelations is, you know, this could mean something, you know. I mean, because I didn't want to see Jill again, you know, because we already saw her in a Revelations game. You know, more Jill's awesome, but it's like, what is the game that they're supposed to bring E3? And this most likely is it. Now, I want to bring up one of my subscribers, one of my friends that I have on, you know, I have him on Twitter, and he tweets me all the time. And I actually met him at Warped Tour. You know who I'm talking about, if you're listening. So, his name's Steven. And so he tweeted me, like, you know, a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of little things that, like, you could pick up on in the actual trailer. Because he tweeted me after I saw the trailer today. And what he pretty much said was, like, he said that, let me see, I can pull up the tweet. He says, I think you pronounce it like Terrasave, I guess, Terrasave.
Yeah, just Terrasave.
Terrasave. Big hint telling us Claire is the main protagonist in the thing. And, like, I didn't pick up on that the first time I saw it. And then it says also you could see a man with a beard. He's like, Barry? So,
and you can also see Jessica.
Yeah, and it says also you could see an umbrella in the trailer, too. And Capcom actually made a smart trailer with secrets and hints for the new game. And, you know, when he tweeted me that, I was like, you know, that's really true. I went back and I watched it, and I was like, you know, and I wanted to shout you out for that. Thank you. You know, and I'm happy you're as excited as we are because, hey, you know, I love to see Claire again. And if they, like I said, if they give her a good reason to be back, then I'm all for it. I hope the story is pretty solid too. You know, I don't want to.
I'd like to see what happened to Jill. She doesn't have to be the main character.
That too.
Just explain what happened to her after 5.
And maybe they're waiting. Yeah, hey, look, if they're waiting till for 7 to tell us, or we find out something, fine. But it would be nice to know now, because, I mean, 6 was almost 3 years ago. So, or 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago this October? It came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, it looks really promising. And look, there's zombies in the trailer, so now we're not going to be fighting these weird fucking, like, fish monsters or something. It's going to be, like, legitimate zombies. You know, it's not on a fucking boat. You know, it looks really promising. It doesn't look like it's going to just be a handheld game anymore. This looks like something that's coming to home consoles, you know? It's not going to have, like, a mediocre storyline, which I didn't think Revelation storyline was, like, that good. I just thought it kind of felt like, you know...
It was very forgettable.
It was very forgettable. I hope this time, now that they know it's going to be to a broad audience, it's going to be to all... It's going to be on all these consoles, it's going to be to all these fans that are probably going to be checking out the remake port, and even this... It's going to be a very awesome year for Resident Evil. Now, we don't know any gameplay yet. We don't know how it's going to look. But me and Richard brought this up briefly when we were talking earlier. We really hope that it looks good. Because now they're not making it on you know it's not going to be the full 60 frames because it's going to be made on the other consoles. And if you guys don't know how that works, usually when they build it on the other consoles, they build it from that first. So it's never going to be 60 frames. Like Destiny... It's not 60 frames. It's 1080p 30 frames per second, but it's not 60 frames. Does it matter for you guys out there listening? No. Probably not. You guys don't care. I don't care either. But I'm just stating that we don't know how it's going to officially look. We know it's going to look very nice and polished because it's not going to be coming from a handheld, and that's a positive thing right there. Because you can also look at something like the remake port, where it's like it's also coming out for the last-gen consoles, but it's also coming out for this console, and I'm sure it's going to look very nice. Now, granted, on the other consoles, Remake is only going to be 720. On the current gen, PS4 and Xbox One and Steam, it's going to be 1080. So there could be that difference. So honestly, even for the same thing might apply for Revelations too. I just want to throw that out there for you guys listening. So we just hope that when we see something, and they probably will show some type of gameplay on the Tokyo Game Show, I hope this is not the only trailer we get. But I mean, considering it's coming out early next year, which it says in the trailer, early 2015, I hope that we see some gameplay very soon, or some gameplay trailer, or see like what Claire looks like, because I really want to
see how the game in general looks like, because
The last thing we saw was RE6. You know, that was like relatively new. You know,
The first Revelations was just a 3DS game. So when they ported that to 360,
you can tell it wasn't going to be amazing. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be amazing. It looked good for being a handheld port, but it still had like. It didn't look as good as RE5, which was a game that was like 4 years older. You know what I mean? Or 5 years older. So it's like, okay, it's been like, 2.5 years since RE6 by the time this game comes out. How good is it gonna? Is it gonna look like an actual console game, or is it gonna look like like Raccoon City, for example, which was like just kind of like a side game. It didn't really have that big of a budget. It looked kind of shitty. So like I hope this game looks really good, and I'm really excited to see that Resident Evil with a next gen quality, graphics, art style kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean zombies are going to be in it, and I really hope it's a cool thing. I mean I'm really excited for next year. I'm really excited for the direction that Resident Evil's. Like I said, they're trying to get everything back in order, and I respect that. I really do. I'm not one of these haters that just hates it and just I didn't like 6, so I'm not gonna touch anything else. It's just it doesn't make sense. And like I said, I think this is a very good move. And guys, let us know what you also think about this too, because we really want to hear your guys' opinions. And I know you guys are still there listening and really helping out. So definitely let us know. and the thing is, with what with everything that's going on, with them really trying to get stuff in order, and them trying to really just say, hey guys, look, we're still trying to listen to the fans. I really respect that, because like I said, it seemed like for a while that they weren't doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Because like we were like, oh, they'll never port over a remake. They'll never try to like actually listen, because Capcom's they're really
yeah, they're only concerned about
making money, and like they're really greedy and like blah blah blah. And like that's true. I mean, all businesses are, no matter what way you look at it. But at the end of the day, it looks like they really are listening right now. And like I said, there could be RE7 waiting in the background. They're all this. They always do that. They were always like, hey guys, check out these spin-offs. Oh yeah, but by the way, we're working on RE7. We're not going to tell you. Like, I say, like, give it, like, next fall. Or even, like, E3. We might get, like, a trailer of RE7 for, like, next year.
It reminds me of,
actually.
It reminds me of 2012, because
Yep.
we got Revelations that February, then we got Operation Raccoon City that March, and then we got Resident Evil 6 that October, and we got 2 Resident Evil movies that September.
Oh yeah, that was Resident Evil's year. That was like a big thing, and I think that's why I needed to take a breather, because
those games weren't the highest of quality, but it was nice seeing that, like just getting all that stuff.
And I feel like that's happening again, to be honest, because apparently the other, like I said, the animated movie that they're working on, apparently rumored, is still like happening. Like behind the scenes, there's very scattered rumors, but apparently they're working on something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I really hope that something else happens. I mean, I hope.
Well, so far we have 2 games coming out early 2015. Now, if Revelations 2 follows the formula of Revelations 1, it'll come out in February.
Exactly.
If a lot of Resident Evil games tend to come out in March, so maybe we'll get a remake remastered in March as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. I mean, I don't know.
And then maybe we'll get 7 in October or November of 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's 2016, like I don't care. I'll wait as long as you guys make it good. As long as you guys make it good, and that's all it is at the end of the day. And because it's like, hey guys, if you can listen to the fans, right? If you can do that to its justice, you can make that something positive, and you can make Revelations 2 a right game for the fans. and that goes over well, gets good reviews, and it sells good for the fans, there's no reason why you could mess up 7. You know, and that's how I see it. Because when you know, my thing is like when the first time that they announced that they were going to bring over a remake, the whole thing for a reboot was completely thrown out the window. That shut that thing down. Now, that's been circulating for a year, you know, because like I said, Resident Evil has been quiet for a year. We've talked about it on and off. But once we heard that news, that laid that thing to rest, that whole theory of them just rebooting it, you know? So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like, Resident Evil's still going strong. Mm-hmm. And you know that can only mean one thing. You know? So, you don't want to mess up what, you know, all these years. You know, Resident Evil is such a big part of my life, like I've mentioned before. You know, it's such a big part of your life as well. It's one of our favorite series. I grew up with this thing. This thing is...
I mentioned how it's a B movie and that you shouldn't take it seriously, but at the same time, we do take it seriously. Mainly because it's been such a huge part of our lives. And, you know, we've grown up with this series. Even though these characters aren't the most complex, we still love them to death. Mm-hmm. We can recognize the fact that it's not trying to be any more serious than what it is. But we still take it seriously in the fact that we love it so much.
Exactly.
So...
Yeah, and, you know, like I said, it's just like, they're not going to throw it away anytime soon. They wouldn't keep it alive, and if they didn't give a shit, they would have just rebooted it, and like we would have never gotten a 7. But with this happening, you know they're making another game in the progress. They wouldn't continue the story with Revelations, you know. That's going to be the next story installment, you know. You know, maybe that wraps in, like you said, some stuff about Jill, some stuff about Claire. Like, it shows us where some of these characters have been, and I respect that 100%. That's what we wanted. We talked about that on Halloween night in 2012. I remember that. We talked about that in that our RE6 video. I remember that. We talked.
That was Halloween?
That was Halloween, I think. Yeah, it was.
You uploaded that the day it came out?
I didn't. No, the day we recorded it, I did not upload it. We recorded it on Halloween, but you uploaded it like a week later. Yeah, a week later, yeah. Because the thing is like my laptop rendered shit very slow. And the fact that I had to put a picture the whole time, I didn't feel like rendering it because I had to use my laptop because my laptop had no RAM in it. So if you tried to render a video, you could not be on the laptop. You had to do something else. So I was kind of lazy and I was like, fuck. And then I finally did it. But even in the beginning, I'm like, Happy Halloween, or I say some shit. I'm like, on Halloween night, we come to you talking about this. Like, you know, I say something stupid. But yeah, I remember that night specifically. And we were saying, look, I really hope Capcom just shows us something of some of these characters or where they've been, so it makes up for, you know, some of the things that we saw in, you know, RE6 that were just kind of like, huh? Like, it left us kind of scratching our heads like, what does that mean? Or what are we going to do, you know, with, you know, what are we going to do about these plot holes or these stories that are just all over the place? So I feel like them doing this is smart, because if they just went to RE7, that wouldn't have been a good move at all. They could have made it good, but we still would have been just like, yeah, but what about this? Or what about that? You know, we would have been going back and forth. So now they're just kind of like, all right, let's show you guys, you know.
I think it just goes back to one of the podcasts that we did where I was talking about how whatever writer that they hire will choose to go forward, and they won't really acknowledge the plot holes.
Exactly, and now...
So, like, even if they are doing the spinoff, they're probably not gonna bring up the plot holes from RE6.
Yeah, not ever. Yeah, I mean, I think my thing is like we're never gonna see Jake or Sherry again. I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. It sucks because Troy
characters in that game. You know?
Troy Baker is a very, like, I hate to see him go and be wasted on Jake.
But like I said, dude, I mean that campaign is one of my favorites in that game. I love their chemistry. It's so unappreciated. It really is.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I mentioned in my top 15 Resident Evil.
Yeah,
moments.
I remember that. Yeah. You're like, say what you want about the game, but this campaign.
Yeah. Like, I find that I was the only one that that brought that up. No one else ever talks about the fucking chemistry between Jake and Sherry.
It's like,
I don't know
it's
why.
Like Call of Duty, it's like Gears of War, it's like
Exactly,
yeah.
but it's like oh, the story's not good and blah 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 blah. But it's like, but the chemistry between Jake and Sherry is actually surprisingly good. It's like these are two characters that I want to see more of. And when you get that feeling, you know you've done something right.
Yeah, and it's like, and it got overshadowed by just all the criticisms that all the reviewers and stupid fans that don't.
Nobody ever brought it up though. It just that's crazy.
It is. You're absolutely right, and like I said, one day if I were to go and play that game again, the first thing I would do would be, I wouldn't be able to wait to play. I couldn't wait to play that fucking campaign because it'd just be insane. I'd be like, man, I haven't played this in like a couple years actually. It's been a while since the last time I played. I think I was on professional the last time I played that, so I only played through it maybe 2 or 3 times. I think I played it with you on co-op a couple of times, but beside the point, it's like there's some things with that we'll never see, and like that's fine. We can put RE6 some of this shit behind us. That's the thing. It's like if we get a new game, a new 7 that's actually like just good, and it's just like, hey, just forget like 6 ever happened, or like we can acknowledge that some of the stuff happened with the characters during that time, but like all the stupid shit, it doesn't matter anymore because this game's good or whatever. It's like if it's like that, then fine. It's like I don't even have a problem with 6. I don't try to pretend like it never happened, but I'm saying for the people that don't give it a chance, it's like you could really give 7 a chance. If you just kind of clear your head and actually be like, all right, I'm a supporter of Capcom. I want to not just flat out hate it because you didn't like some aspects of 6. And I think that they can do 7 right with everything they're doing this year with the remake and this, and then who knows, we might see something hinting towards the next Resident Evil in Revelations 2. We could. They might be like, hey, we're gonna put this little like foreshadowing thing in here for the next Resident Evil, and you're not gonna know what it is because let's say this one takes place in like 2015, right? We know RE6 took place in 2013, so now it's like, okay, well, we know this is ahead of RE6, so maybe this can lead into another game. Revelations, the first one, was in between 4 and 5. We get that, right? But now it's like maybe this one could lead into something else, and it can be like, oh, wow, like if stuff's going to be like this, or if the story's going to be like this, I'm going to like it. Then it'll give people that feeling again. You're not going to be disappointed, Obviously, you won't know until the game comes out, but all I'm saying is that people don't give things a chance anymore. People really got to be patient and see what happens. And that's why I'm excited. You have to have an open mind and not just have stupid things that don't even make sense, like criticizing shit that you have no clue what you're talking about while you're criticizing it, like people on that remake video that we're reading comments from, or people criticizing RE6. It's like a lot of people just jump on the bandwagon, or they don't know shit about what they're arguing about. And that's what bothers me. People can have a constructive criticism about stuff, and I get that. That's fine. If you actually legitimately have points, that's fine. But you have to know what you're talking about, and you have to make it make sense. You can't just be saying, oh, it's like Call of Duty, it's like Gears of War. It's like, why? You can't just say that, but that's
Anthony,
how it is.
I get what you're saying, but I think it's time for some more of those shitty YouTube comments.
Cue the music. Let's
Cue
go.
the music. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Capcom backstabbing Nintendo, the company that helped them create this Revelation series, that helped the Resident Evil franchise revive itself.
Oh, really? Because people said it didn't do shit.
Seriously, no Nintendo again, even after Revelations premiered on the frickin' 3DS? Way to spit on your fans.
Oh my god.
That game suck. Make Resident Evil 7.
The original so much. Oh my god, dude! The Gabaran 9000's back!
Oh, is he?
I hope the character design won't be as terrible as the first in Revelations.
Oh shit!
I am seriously the characters in Revelations looked like they could be from Saints Row game. From a Saints Row game. Are you kidding me? And there's people agreeing. Why does it have 64 thumbs up?
63. Oh, I'm gonna thumb it down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the This guy's everywhere.
He's Ghostface, dude.
Look at the number of homosexuals mad at Capcom because it's not coming to their dog shit gay ass console.
I like that comment.
I like that comment, yeah. Because that's why people are complaining. Wii U and shit!
And shit! The only thing now that matters are powerful consoles and PC!
See, not Wii U!
No, Wii U or Wii!
Wii U was only in one game the best at Zombie U. Nothing else!
That makes no sense.
His name is Call of Duty, Call of Duty. That's his name. There you go. That's all that needs to be said.
Fuck off, troll. Just another fanboy bag.
I love how we read that at the same time. We both saw that.
I love caps, and I've been writing like this since I first signed up, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just because I call myself like this, it means that I'm a fanboy. I did love Call of Duty, but now I don't, and I made this account the time when I was a fanboy. Now I am not, and I don't want to create a new Google account. And I'm not a troll. I wrote my opinion, so fuck you and die in a well, you fucking homosexual cunt.
Yeah, this one now. This is actually a pretty good one. This says Easter eggs. The beginning of the video is the same door opening as the first RE game. A girl standing in the back at 31 has her face covered with hair. There's a picture of a cruise ship on the wall. There's a man with a TerraSave t-shirt with the company which is the company in RE Degeneration with Claire. A girl at 107 is holding something which says Itchy Tasty, a reference to the first RE game. And number 6 at 124 there is a soldier talking to a walkie-talkie. That's actually cool. I didn't notice that. This one reply said, "You got good eyes." An Itchy Tasty reference made me smile. That's actually really cool. Well, there you go, guys. Go check out that trailer because the Itchy Tasty reference is at minute 7. So go check that out.
I found another comment by Gabberman.
Oh God, this guy. What if he listens to our show? How awkward would that be?
Stop blaming Capcom. Nintendo shunned third-party devs, and now you will all suffer for it. Nintendo needs to really get off the whole Mario train and start catering to, people over 12. That was not Gabberman. But Gabberman did reply to... Alright, so there was someone named Jellybee. It's funny you say that, but the average age of Nintendo players is 20 and up. More adults play Pokemon than kids do, because all the 12-year-olds are wasting their eyesight on GTA and Call of Duty. Nintendo's audience is actually the older generation of people who grew up with it. And then Gabberman says, fuck you. GTA is the best... GTA is the best franchise ever, and it isn't played by kids. You're J-Suit jealous. J-Suit jealous. He spelled jealous with a Y. Yellis.
Yellis. You're Yellis.
You're J-Suit jealous on its success, and now that GTA 5 came out and broke all the records, you put it on the same category with shit like COD. That was Gabberman. How the fuck can only kids play it if most people that grow up with it are now in their 20s to 30s? I, like many others, supported the original Revelations on both 3DS and Wii U. You fucked us over, and just forced me to pirate this game. Really?
You forced me to pirate this game.
Why'd you buy a Wii U, you idiot?
Oh my god.
Where is Wii U or 3DS? I mean, this game begins on 3DS. That's kind of bad. The amount of faggotry in the comments is ridiculous. After Resident Evil 5, every game was horrible.
Every game, because there were so many games after.
Please bring back the zombies. Don't dump this idea like you did in the first Revelations, and make better characters. In the previous game, I only found Parker interesting. Also, for the title Revelations, in the previous game I was expecting something mind-blowing about the TNG virus, or any character, but the game is not really relevant in the main series. In the first trailer you showed us Chris and Joel searching for a mystery, he spelled mystery wrong, in a ship full of zombies where Hunk was involved for some reason. Don't get me wrong, the final product was a really good game, and the boss battles are amazing, but the first trailer, the one with the Hunk and zombies, looked a lot better. I agree.
Oh, Jesus. You say more comments?
Wii U, please. I'd also like the 3DS as well, but if the graphics fidelity is too much, I understand. Wow, Capcom. Wow. Revelations was originally a 3DS game. Now you're telling me its sequel is skipping it. Wow.
Yeah, did they ever realize that like Capcom needs to sell copies? They can't keep making it on one console. Did they ever take that in consideration?
Did they ever realize that Resident Evil has been on other consoles other than Wii U and 3DS?
Yeah.
Can't wait to play this on my 3DS. Oh, typical Capcom.
What the hell is this guy talking about? DCM 89291. Wow, a Resident Evil game with zombies? Have they finally listened to the fans who have been requesting it since 5? They're in 6!
They're in Raccoon City,
they're in
too.
Raccoon City, but they're most likely... They're more present in 6 with like a canon story. Are you kidding me?
Nintendo fag, butthurt everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Mature. You sound like a classic douchebag. No, he's not really mature anymore.
Oh, God. Should we, cut the music? Or do you have more comments? Alright, that's the music.
Wait, what?
Is there another one? Does this video have another one in it?
I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom and see if I come across any more, and if not...
Finale.
Come on, give us a finale. Give us a finale.
We hope you enjoyed this segment of Resident Evil comments reading.
Shitty YouTube comments.
Shitty YouTube comments. People who aren't really fans. So all you guys out there, just thank yourselves for not being as dumb as some of these people are. We complain too much.
Okay then. This is not getting a Wii U port. It doesn't bother me as much, considering most of the ports on the thing are terrible, and third-party publishers put no effort into them. But why? Why is this not on at least on the 3DS? This is like what the Kingdom Hearts series does, releasing a game on the PS2, then a sequel on the Game Boy Advance. But it's 3DS, and then home consoles for this one. Just... wouldn't it be easier to handle this like the first Revelations and have it be on 3DS first? Then after it sells well, remaster it to home consoles? No, you stupid fucking bitch!
Yeah, because it won't sell well. Because it's only on one console. Because Revelations didn't sell well, actually. That's the problem.
Why would you just put it on 3DS and then port it to consoles? Like, what is the point of that? You're gonna make more money if you... and the game is gonna look better if you just add it on the home consoles from the get-go.
Oh, alright, cut the music.
That concludes our episode of shitty YouTube comments.
Alright, well, the thing is, now, with Revelations and everything, I can say that, you know, this is definitely, like, I'm really happy that Capcom's doing all of this to talk about, just wrap up the whole new games coming out and ports. I'm happy, so I'm really happy about that. As a fan, as a longtime fan, I can say I'm happy about it. So, but you know, I think that you know, we really need. Uh-oh. What happened?
Alright, well, the first comment...
Oh, God.
Regina Siren says, "Oh my god, I can't breathe. Happy crying face. Hope Jill meets Claire in this game, or in Resident Evil 7. The first reply that she got... The first reply... I'll be glad if you accept to suck my dick. You look so...
Oh my god.
I'll be glad if you accept to suck my dick. You look... I can't even finish. I'll be glad if you accept to suck my dick.
Oh my god. Alright.
I'll be glad if you accept to suck my dick. You look so whore. You made me... be glad if you accept to suck my dick. You look so whore. You made me horny, and I wish to sleep with you.
What the fuck is wrong with people? Just because it's a girl commenting on a video?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she even has like her avatar is a picture of herself, I guess.
Oh yeah, of course, because Google's all social now, so it makes sense, you know.
I'll be glad if you accept to suck my dick. You look so whore.
You look so whore.
You made me horny and I wish to sleep. And then you just get like 60 comments. Just reply, hey asshole, how about you quit it with the sexual harassment and try and actually be a decent fucking human being?
Oh my god, that
Shut the fuck up, you sexist piece of shit. And then the girl replied to him, you're disgusting. ...
She's just a Resident Evil fan trying to express her opinion. It's like, oh my god, it's a girl! See, somebody like that, no contact with a girl ever, whatsoever.
No.
No social life, like, nothing. God.
You look so whore. Holy shit, next gen Resident Evil.
Uh-oh.
I don't believe that since we see some older characters in the trailer, plus Terra save equals Claire. We'll see.
There you go. There you go, next gen. I figured you'd pop up somewhere.
That's really random. It's like, oh, like someone we actually know appears in these comments.
Every time you read comments, I just think of the Price is Right theme song. It's like, But,
oh.
Alright, well...
That's just... That guy, like, just started a shitstorm.
I'm so happy that you brought that. That was literally a good laugh. I'm so happy.
You look so whore.
God.
And it just keeps going. And going. I hope the character designs won't be as terrible as fucking things from the Saints Row. But the actual, like, facial designs from Saints Row look really good.
Yeah, like, and, you know,
like,
Troy Baker even did the default voice in 3 and 4.
I went with, the default girl voice, which was Laura Bailey. And, she... I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just trying to say, the face looks fine.
It looks nothing like Saints Row. What kind of criticism is that? Like, it's too cartoony? It's like, no.
But Saints Row looks a lot better than Revelations.
It does. Yeah. It does. Especially the fourth one. And I've played it myself. You know, and it's like... which looks the same as, like, 3. 4 is a little bit more polished, but you get what I'm saying. But, oh my god, that was great. I'm so happy we actually did that. I'm so happy we read those comments. But
how's that for a finale?
That's great. But we could talk about one more thing, though.
Okay.
One more thing before
what would you like to talk about?
All right. Just for shits and giggles, just because it's not, you know, we got all the game news, we're caught up to date with Resident Evil news, we got everything. I want to get you guys talking in the comments. Definitely let us know what you think of all this news that's been happening. That's why we really haven't done an episode in a while, because there's been nothing going on. So I was anxious to get it. But there's one more thing that came out before all this news. So Resident Evil 6, the movie, the final chapter, Paul W.S. Anderson's big colossal fuckfest of Resident Evil slow-mo Matrix action that we always have so much fun seeing. The new movie that has already been delayed before got delayed again another year. When they were ready to film, the crew was down there in South Africa getting ready to film. They had all the equipment ready, and then all of a sudden, Milla Jovovich is pregnant with Paul W.S. Anderson, obviously because it's her husband, and so it is thrown back a whole year, and we're not getting it until 2016. You
horny fucking asshole.
Why would you do that if you have I mean, I get it. They want to have a kid. I don't think she has a kid. So that's
She does. She already has a kid.
With Paul?
It's like, yeah.
So what the fuck, man? You couldn't wait? Like,
you couldn't fucking wear a condom or something? You couldn't fucking wait until you were done shooting?
Well, I don't know. You know, the thing is that Screen Gems, that makes Screen Gems a lot of money. So I can imagine that the head of their fucking, like, the executive there, or whoever's in charge, is probably just like, fuck. You know, because Resident Evil is one of the biggest game franchises that video game movie franchises that it is like
It's
the biggest.
It's the biggest.
It is the biggest.
Yeah.
So they're probably.
I think the last one made
Tomb
like 300 million or something.
Yeah, and Tomb Raider was before Resident Evil's. Tomb Raider was like the highest video game movie, obviously because of fucking Angela Jolie. But that's beside the point. So those movies are bad. But
those movies are horrible.
yeah, but
they're really bad.
yeah, they're bad. They're worse than Resident Evil, and
definitely.
at least Resident Evil's fun to watch, even though it has nothing to do with Resident Evil. It's still fun.
Resident Evil's entertaining.
Yeah.
The Tomb Raider movies are just really boring.
Exactly, you're right. And I haven't seen them since I saw them in the movie theaters when they came out.
I saw them like a year ago on Netflix. I like Angelina Jolie. She looks very nice. Everything else about this looks like
That's
shit.
all it is, eye candy, you know?
Yeah.
But
that's what the Resident Evil movies are too, but
yeah.
at least they're entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was looking forward to just because, like, hey, I want to see the final chapter. Maybe we finally get a reboot. And then it's just like, no, it's going to be delayed to 2016. It was originally supposed to come out this year. They always do it every 2 years.
Not always. I think Extinction took 3 years to come out.
No,
it
did, true.
And then Afterlife took 3 years to come out. And then
they usually release them in September of a couple years. So, like, we were supposed to, because we got Retribution 2 years after Afterlife. So 2 years passed, and they said they were originally going to try to go for a fall 2014. That was the targeted date.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't happen. Then they're like, all right, well, we're going to film it fall and winter of 2014 and get it out there for September 2015. Then that doesn't happen. So now they didn't even get to record or film, I should say, and that the crew probably still got paid, but they're probably pissed. They had all the sets and shit. They had to take it down.
Oh my god!
Imagine that, dude. Like,
can you imagine just breaking the news? It's like, yeah, we can't film because I just knocked my wife up.
When I have responsibilities to make the studio money, who's paying me money to make the film? So it's
I blew my rocks in her face.
Oh my god!
I blew my rocks in the canal.
Yeah.
In the canals.
Oh my
canals, dude.
Oh my god, dude. The thing that gets me is that
I pelted her with my rocks.
Pelted her with my rocks.
With my boulders.
With my boulders. Chris Redfield boulders. But
I boulder bagged her.
Yeah. The thing is that I just want to see these movies end because I do want to kind of see a remake. Or a reboot, I should say. Not remake,
Same.
Reboot. So, but whatever. It's kind of weird to be like, I'm already going to be done like college by the time I see the next film.
It's kind of weird that...
And like, these movies came out when I was in like 2nd grade, 3rd grade, dude. Like,
they came out when I was in 2002. Wait, what was the exact release date?
It was like fall 2002, I think.
Oh my god. Wait, let me look this up. Fucking March 2002.
Okay. And then Apocalypse
so
came
that
out
was
fall 2000.
That was when I was still in grade 1, dude.
Yeah, same.
And I'm a year older than you, so you were like in kindergarten.
I was in like kindergarten, and I saw that, dude. I remember seeing that film in the theaters, and like my brother got like scared of it, and he like had to like move down to where my dad was sitting, and I was just sitting by myself, not caring because I love Resident Evil. And I remember seeing Apocalypse in theaters. I saw Extinct. I saw everyone in theaters. It's a tradition. I like it, and it's fun. And if I were to see this in theaters, I'd come back, do a review on it. Maybe this time, since it's the last one, we should do like a double review. Like me and you both, we should go like see it, right? Come back and then do like a duo review where it's like we talk about it. That would be cool. Because it's the last one. It's like, hey, you know what? It's closing of a chapter of our lives where these movies were out. You might as well just talk about them with someone else who's, appreciates them for the piece of crap funny things that it is, So
they're my favorite guilty pleasures.
they really are, yeah. And we did a whole podcast talking about this, so you can go find that one if you really want.
I find that a lot of movies that know that they're bad, they just kind of end up being boring.
Mm-hmm.
And even the Transformers movies, like those movies are really long.
Yeah.
And I mean, the first one was decent,
Were you mad?
and then the sequels were pretty shitty. But they go on and on and on. It's like the Resident Evil movies are like 90 minutes each.
Just quick
Right.
and shit, like...
Just quick, like they're fun to watch. It's like,
Maybe we'll find out what happened to Chris, too.
yeah,
What the fuck happened to him? And Claire! What happened?
they're gonna die in the next one.
Did they already die? Like, what the fuck happened?
It's like, where's Chris and Claire?
I'm about to see
I don't know.
if Wentworth Miller is actually on...
You know what we should do tonight? We should fucking start a Resident Evil marathon, because we're always like watching like our favorite movies together, like the Spider-Man trilogy.
I know, we really...
We've never actually watched the Resident Evil film.
that's the thing. I don't know if shit's like going on tonight. Like I might have a couple friends over, but
It doesn't have to be tonight.
yeah, it doesn't have to be tonight. But dude, we have to do that because that will be pretty funny.
Fucking.
Because I have them all, dude. Now I got them all on Blu-ray. So because I just got Retribution, my last collection update. So
I have them all on DVD, but I have Afterlife on Blu-ray.
Okay.
And
could we
they're
still time the like a Blu-ray and a DVD, or is it like different?
I'm assuming that they're the same, because we did the same with Spider-Man
Oh
a
yeah,
couple years
true. Very true.
before I got my Spider-Man Blu-rays.
I remember when we watched, but yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. And we just recently watched 3, right?
We just recently watched all 3 of them again. Like
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
You messaged me off. You're like, you want to watch the trilogy? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was just like,
I don't give a shit. Like, those movies are awesome.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that with Resident Evil. That'll be awesome because we gotta refresh the cheese and the sleaziness of those movies. But
Cheese and the sleazy. Last time I saw them was the weekend that Retribution came out.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. I
'Cause
couldn't tell you the last time I watched those films, dude.
it was like, I remember that day because like I watched them all on DVD back to back, and then I went to the theater and saw Retribution, and I was like, okay.
The last time I rewatched one of them was when it was like, I'm trying to think. Oh, it was back in December. It was I told you about it. I watched Afterlife with you know who, and I watched Silver Linings Playbook. So like I did that. That was the last time I saw it. It was on TV. It was on like HBO, and like I turned it on, and you just see like the slow mo and like the ship where like Wesker's like running at. It looks so fucking stupid. I just started cracking up, and I was like, "Oh, well, let's just watch this. You know, it's fine." But
I love how like she's shooting at Wesker in the final battle, or they're all shooting at him, and then Alice stabs him with a knife.
Yeah, like
it's like, why does the knife hurt him?
The bullets don't matter, but the knife does. Like, well, it says, you know, I just want to throw in there. It says Wentworth Miller is credited in the new final chapter. He's in there, so
I don't like that title.
The final.
Rising would have been a better title, to be honest, because they all have that one-word title.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, why did you change it from Rising?
Okay, well, it says right here, it's like filming was supposed to start in South Africa in August 2014, but was delayed till summer so a whole year, summer 2015. Because by then she'll have, because that's 9 months, you know, so she's got to be pregnant, got to get the baby out, squeeze one out, and fucking film. Get your ass back in shape, lose that weight, and you got to be Alice again, bitch. Oh,
okay.
God. But yeah, we'll do that, dude. We got to watch them again, because those movies are fucking great. They're so fun.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years since I've seen them.
It's been more for me, like with the other ones anyway. Because the last time I saw Retribution was in the theaters. Last time I saw Afterlife was in last December, and then the other ones, dude, I couldn't even tell you. So I think that'd be a very funny thing to do. But
I started seeing them in theaters when the third one came out, because I remember seeing number 2 like on my 10th birthday or something, and then I remember like seeing 3 the Sunday it came out, or it didn't come out on Sunday, but that weekend it came out on a Sunday, and I watched 1 that weekend as well.
I remember seeing.
There's a lot of like as shitty as they are.
Yeah, there's
like
nostalgia.
there's a lot of nostalgia with those movies, especially number 3 and 4.
That's what I'm saying. It's a part of our childhood and adulthood, technically, because we're fucking considered adults now. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, dude, by the time this one comes out,
it sounds weird saying that, but those movies were from my childhood.
Yeah, they were.
And then it's also weird because they're still going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what the fuck? By the time this one comes out, like I said, I'm literally going to be done college.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I started them and I wasn't even in grade school yet. That's insane. These movies have been going on for so long. Like, oh my god, it's really just hitting me now. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Because now that this is getting delayed, it's the fact that it's pushing it back even more. Oh, Jesus, dude. I remember when I saw the first one, I saw Apocalypse. I was really excited to see Jill. And I was excited to see Nemesis. And, like, I saw him in magazine pictures, and that was about it. And didn't have internet back then to, like, look at everything. So I just got it. Like, well, I had internet, but, like, I didn't know how to really search it. So, and then I remember seeing it in the theater, really liking it. And then I saw Extinction on, like, a Sunday evening in 2007. Halo 3 was out. I remember that, and I was playing that. And then I went to go see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and, 2007.
And,
Year of the Halos.
And then, and then Afterlife took a while, but I saw that freshman year. Remember that, like, it was... Yeah, that was when me and Richard were just started to become friends. And we remember we came back and talked about it in the party. And he was like, "Did you see the Jill scene? Did you see it?" I was like, "Fuck, I missed it." So I had to, like, look it up online. And, like, because, I was like, I want to see her in a battle suit. Where the fuck is she in a battle? And then I saw it online. I was happy. And then, then I saw Retribution my junior year. And then now I'm out of high school and I'm in college. And these aren't going to be done until I'm out of college. So I don't know what's... who knows? Who knows?
Well, how long is your college?
Well, this is community, so it's a couple years, so 2 years. But they said they're going to release it in 2016. That's their goal. So, I think I'll be wrapping up college or in my last year. Regardless, I'll be done. Or almost done. And the fact that this should have been out this year, it pisses me off. Because it's like, what the fuck, guys? What are you doing? Obviously not the right thing. But, good times. Definitely. Those movies were funny. And we did, like I said, we did a whole podcast on it. So if you actually want to hear our in-depth, go back like 4 episodes, I think. Or read the description. You'll see the one. Or if you guys are a fan of it, you've already heard our discussion on it. So that was a fun one. But... yeah, so that's delayed, and but it's still going to happen because Screen Gems can't just be like, well, you're fired, because that makes them so much money. If it didn't make them that much money, they literally could have just been like, well, that's it, fuck your last, installment, you're done. But they rely on those movies so heavily, they're not going to give it up, Yeah. And from a business standpoint, you can understand. But, that's...
yeah, they don't care how the films actually are,
Nope.
They just want to make their money.
Exactly. And then they can't just say, all right, well, you're out, Paul, because,
if you can't get enough of Paul, go watch some Pompeii.
Oh, my God.
What's he doing fucking directing Pompeii? Came out a few months ago.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Let's check out the reception. Oh, mixed reviews. 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. God damn it, Paul.
Mortal Kombat will always be your best. Even that was bad, but that was so funny.
You get into the world of filmmaking, and not one of your movies gets good reviews.
Mila Jovovich cuddles up with husband, Paul W.S. Anderson. Family outing just week announced pregnancy.
Family outing.
You see them in the street walking with, like, their daughter. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm pregnant again.
Death Race is pretty decent, actually.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Death Race?
No, does that have Jason Statham in it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some funny moments.
Then I might consider watching, because I like Jason Statham. He's awesome.
Tyrese Gibson, like, kicks a guy out of his car, and the guy goes, like, flying against, like, this metal pole.
Oh, Jesus.
It was funny. Like, it was funny.
Twisted Metal,
I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if it was good. Maybe that's too strong.
Yeah,
But
it was average.
it was definitely that's like a Yiffy download.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Maybe we can watch that too. Who knows? I haven't seen
Roger Ebert gave the film half a star out of 4. Well, I don't know if it's that bad, but
it. Well, anyway, yeah, that's it for Resident Evil news. That's been happening a lot in the past month and a half. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We've been going for like an hour and a half, so that's very good timing. Shorter than the last episode, which is 4 hours long. But you know,
that was 2 episodes ago.
no, dude, the last episode was 4 hours, dude. We didn't do another episode.
Weren't we talking about Dead Aim after that? Or was that before?
That was before.
No!
Yeah, dude, last episode was, like I said, it was May 28th, I think. May 26th. And it was episode 13. This is episode 14. And it was me, you, and JJ. It's got 844 views, 19 comments, 23 likes, 1 dislike, of course. And
There's
it's
always
got
that
over 50 downloads, I must say, which is our highest downloaded episode.
I got you.
So-
I got you.
I got you, not licking you. But, yeah.
Watch Ugg invent the ultimate weapon. Ooh.
I should put that like at the end of this. Just be like,
You should put like
ultimate
the
weapon.
ooh and the fucking
Scream.
eye of the cat scream.
I should put that when we read that like shitty comment. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thank you for sticking with us, and I hope this gets out there and everybody comes back and listens to it one day, because I know a lot of people want to hear my opinions on it, our opinions, and more episodes will hopefully be coming as more news drops. So, like I said, big stuff coming this fall. Got a lot of shit I have in store. So just stay tuned and
Right in the guts.
yeah. And Richard, you want to plug anything? You have I know you just wrapped up an RE2 LP, which I still have to finish, but if you want to plug that real quick while you're here.
Sure.
For people who don't know your account.
Just finished my Resident Evil 2 Leon A Let's Play. So if you'd be interested in checking that out, it's on my channel. I did it with my friend, so the commentary is a little more energetic and comedic than usual.
Yeah, because you can bounce stuff off, of each other.
Yeah,
It's very,
yeah. Very...
very easy, I think. Very, because it's like
it's a lot easier.
You're
yeah.
going to beat that game. I think like if there was one LP that you needed to do that with, it would have been Leon A. Because like before, you just had trouble. You weren't feeling it. You had to restart.
I wasn't.
It.
Yeah, like I didn't really feel like
Yeah.
doing it.
So he
I
finally
was
finished it
like,
this time. So yeah, go check that out. I'll put his link down below if you guys don't know it yet, or you just click my channel and I have him on the channels to the right of my main channel. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, like I said, the only thing I'm going to plug is just a lot of shit coming this fall. So stay tuned. So until
Plug that shit right in the dirt.
yeah, with the episode. But yeah, and also I might have some collection updates coming. I don't know, but probably will.
Blow
soon.
my rocks off.
So, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking with us. I hope you guys let us know in the comments what you think about all the Resident Evil stuff happening, what your opinion is on the remake port, Revelations 2, and maybe the movies. Let us know about everything. So, thanks, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Canals.